The raid on the Copa, which we featured in SFGN in May of 2016, because it was the 25th anniversary, occurred on May 3rd, 1991, when a grandiosing sheriff named Nick Navarro, who had been an anathema to the LGBT community, served a warrant on the club on a Friday night at 10 o'clock, arriving with a barrage of law enforcement agencies and police cars and cameras, and even, astonishingly, and you can't make this up, the Russian ambassador to the UN, who he had been hosting. He had come from a benefit dinner, like the diplomat, and he and his wife arrived on a helicopter as 350 gay men and women were being paraded out of the Copa nightclub, one by one, hands above their head, filmed with a camera, their name and identity revealed to law enforcement and the community. Because we were not mobilized back then. It was still nominal in terms of activity and gay rights. Many people, as I said, went to those clubs to be free, so they would not be identified, so they could live their lives in a way that they could express themselves. The warrant and the basis for raiding the Copa on May 3rd, 1991, was that undercover officers had been inside the club and had made some purchases of cocaine from individual customers or one or two bartenders. And based on that, they got a warrant and served it in the middle, 11 o'clock on a Friday night, when the club was kicking, when every bar was rolling, when hundreds of people were relaxing and drinking and partying, and they forced everybody at gunpoint up against the wall, paraded them out of the club, like I said, in a manner that was unconscionable, unlawful, and that we will never forgive them for, to waiting camera crews that could film people, leaving the club with their hands over their head like they had just held up a bank on live TV. I get angry just thinking about what they did. So it was an unconscionable, unlawful raid engineered by a law enforcement agency without, in my mind, sufficient probable cause to unconstitutionally detain and wrongfully deny hundreds of gay people their rights. And to his credit, John Castelli, the owner, was outraged. He came to me as a civil rights lawyer. I immediately filed a suit, which the sheriff's office under Nick Navarro fought vigorously. But a funny thing happened to Nick Navarro and to all those who want to take away our rights and repress them. It was called an election. And he got beat. Not only in the general election, he got beat in the primary. So a new sheriff came on board in 1992 who not only wanted to apologize for the wrongful, embarrassing, humiliating nature of that raid, but wanted to settle the case. And he did. He came to me right after he got into office, and he said, we have a new era in the sheriff's office. Let's put this to bed. And he wrote out a check for $25,000, which I then had him write to AIDS Center 1 as a charitable donation, and apologize to the gay community. It was an attempt to embarrass, humiliate, and target the gay community as deviants and derelicts, and it didn't work.